Let's put quadratics up here. We have discussed cubic, quadratic, and linear. Anybody know where I'm going at with that? Yes. Graphing what though? Ooh, thank you for that. If something is called cubic, what is it? We're doing like this. The function of x equals, give me an example of this. Function of x equals. These are equations. They're not necessarily, well, they're equations of, don't lines have to be straight? Not only right there. Can you click a line? What would be an example of a cubic function? Maggie. Yeah. A cubic means it's x cubed. And if you remember, we graphed x cubed, that was the one that looked like this. A quadratic is something that is, people have done this before. Alex? Yeah, it's a parabola, but if you're looking at something, what's the equation look like, Claire? It's not a squared plus b squared. Yeah, it's anything that has x squared in it. You could have x squared plus 3x plus 4. And the graph of that is going to be the U-shaped thing. And then a linear equation is just straight up just function of x equals 1/2 x plus 2, which is going to be a line. Thank you very much. Today we are looking at quadratics, which we have done already, people, but this is some just kind of depth defining it. If you're looking at in the book here, we talked about this. If you've got a quadratic that you have graphed, what is this point called? The very bottom, the very top. Yes, they're called minimums and max, but they're also called the vertex. Yes, the origin of axis. Okay. It's the vertex of the parabola. And in this case, if it's pointing this way, yes, it's called its minimum. If the parabola goes up, that vertex, it's called its maximum. That point where it crosses there. Let's move on here. Okay. The place, here's the other special thing here. The places where it crosses the x-axis. Okay. Those are called the zeros of the function of the quadratic. By the way, let's say that this was the graph of what I said before, x squared plus 3x plus 4. The place where it crosses the x-axis, children, is where, if you solve this, your answer for x would be. Remember solving quadratics, what we did? We've made it into two binomials. This would be what? X plus 3. I'm sorry, that's not right. Is that? I don't think I can do that there. I think I have this backwards. Can I change this? I'll put a 4 there and a 3 there. X plus 3, x plus 1, right? What are my answers? Remember, that's when I'm trying to figure out when this will be 0. What do I get here? When will this thing be 0? When x is -3 and when x is -1. These answers, those answers are the zeros of the function. That's where these should have been. They're not there because I didn't draw the parabola to fit the thing, but that's where it would cross. Here, let me go over that again. See if this makes any sense to you. Let's do this again. X squared plus what would I say? 4x plus 3. Okay, we want to solve this. We know that y equals x plus 3 times x plus 1, which means this is -3 and that is -1. So here's what that means. When you get that -3 and that -1, that is where it crosses the x-axis. This crosses at -1 and at -3. Those are the zeros of the graph. And then your little parabola is going to shoot down here, and this is its minimum. This is still its vertex. A lot of times people go in when I get to that point, but that's okay. This, boys and girls and kids of all ages, is, we already know that, the axis of symmetry. You will see how smart you are if you remember how do we get the axis of symmetry. Somebody who did not look in their notes and has this memorized. Come on. Axis of symmetry, keep on.
Yeah, you do that A, B, C thing, and then you do.
Yeah, what is it though? Axis of symmetry is, who's got their shell hammer?
Negative B over 2 times A.
Negative b over 2a. That's your formula to find that axis of symmetry. Which means this is your a, this is your b, oops, and that is your c. We don't have a c there. Negative b, which is -4, over 2 times a, which is 2. My axis of symmetry is -2, which, oh look, my axis of symmetry goes right there at -2. Yeah, no, this is review. I'm sorry if I'm boring you. What else was there? Look at page 589 that's all there. Just out of curiosity, see if you remember this. Look at where it says lesson practice, children. Give the coordinates of each parabola's vertex, then give the minimum or maximum value and domain and range of that function. Who thinks that they can answer every one of those questions that they just asked? Give the minimum or maximum value, and domain and range. So give the parabola. So here it is. Let me draw it up here so you kind of have the gist of that. What did it do? What did it do? They're at -1. Just kind of right here. Does it look like that? Yes. First of all, what's the coordinates of the what's the max? Coordinates? What is the coordinate? Ryan? What's that? -1, -4. What's the max value? What is it right there? -4. Here we go. Now we're people. What is the domain and what is the range? And then I'm going to throw at you the big old. What is the domain? See all this review that we forget all the time? Somebody tell me what domain is. Stritzel, domain. Clausing, domain. Watson, domain. Exactly. Domain is, the domain is what values can x be? Going this way and this way, what can you get for x? X. If x keeps going forever, that parabola goes, what is my domain for x? Somebody? Maggie? Yeah, it's all real numbers. Because it goes forever that direction. X is, you can get anything for X, because that parabola is going on forever and it's gonna get forever Y. However, the range, which is the up and down values, is not that. What is the range? I fear I bore some of you, but somebody, this would be very, very good review. Somebody? What is the range? Alex? By the way, domain would be X equals all real numbers. The range would be Y equals, or Y something. Look at the Y values. Can you be up here on the Y-axis? It starts here and goes down. What's my? Karen? Well, you're giving it to me in whatever that other form is. What's that other form? Which we're gonna get to? I am gonna ask you that when I remember it myself. Who's got my range here? Caleb? Well, we don't have to say all real numbers because it's not all real numbers. It's just Y is less than or equal to -4. That is your range. Now, what was that other? The other way we described domain and range is by doing what? I honestly, I'm not remembering. Remember that one where we had the
Where like you just thought
you had to write through the infinity symbol?
Yeah, you thought it was kind of dumb, but you did it anyways.
I know, because they do it. They talk about it and they do it at Miracle. You probably won't see it. What's the name of it? Maggie, tell me. Something notation. Interval notation.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
In interval notation, the domain, remember, went from negative infinity to positive infinity. Then we had to do something about brackets or braces. Tell me about
Oh,
it. Was there an X in there? There's a comma there. Is there a comma there?
yeah. Oh, I remember this.
I will find it.
Why am I always the guy that's got to stand up and have it?
The brackets are for numbers and like.
Yeah.
I remember.
Which one? Infinity is what? Bracket or a parenthesis?
It's the.
Parenthesis. Parenthesis. Is that right?
Yeah.
So this is domain in interval notation. Range would be starts at what's the lowest it goes? Negative infinity and goes to the highest, which is -4. Infinity is always parenthesis. It equals that, so you go that, I believe. Wasn't that a good review? You were the third class ever. And David Johnny. See, that's never David.
Yeah, this way
Huh?
seems very.
Wait, go back to our interval notation notes. This is not new. We did this, it just was a while ago. This is what we call review.
This one seems to be serious.
What?
Where it's like negative infinity on the past infinity. Seems easier.
Than this?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll give you one more, just because we need to practice. Wait, which one? Let's do B, C, or D. Let's do, wait,
A. Just take
no, let's do D. Somebody tell me what is the parabola's vertex for letter D? Wait, does that not come anywhere? Oh yeah, it does. It goes halfway between -8 and -10. What is the vertex? You write down what you think the coordinates for the vertex are. I want to see how many people get this right. Then I want you to, does letter D have a max or a min? Then tell me what the min is. Then tell me what its range is. Then tell me what its domain is. And special bonus if you can give this both in interval notation and in, I don't know what the other notation is.
So letter D.
Huh?
Said letter D.
Letter D. The range equals, domain equals, and then interval notation, which is sometimes I feel like I'm not paying attention to myself. Well, this would be. I feel pretty good about myself. Alright, since we don't have forever, and some of you have to get to work. Oh. Claire. We always have to let it rain until it says yeah. Ready? Alright. Taking Claire Marco, what is the coordinates of the vertex? What is it? Let me make sure. -5, -9, looks like what I have, right? Yes? Wait, yes? Wait,
Wait, did we just find the point for the vertex, or is there something else?
Nope.
-8.5.
-5, -9.
Oh.
You just say the point? Oh. You're serious? Yeah.
Should
I
it be-
realize
should
now.
it be -6?
What?
Oh, it is -6,
It is?
because each line is worth 2. Is that the same on the y-axis and the x-axis?
Yeah.
I'm just looking for the answers and I don't see it here. Oh, that's because they just asked for the zeros. That's funny. What is the min then? The min is always going to be this number, by the way. The lowest that thing goes is -6, correct? The
You said to
range,
find the point? I thought I was so confused.
the range of that things, the x and y. You want to do the domain first because that's what we usually do first. Caleb, the range is.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with that, Caleb. That's 2 strikes. I will not get 3. Yeah, it's whatever the y value is down here. How about the range? Brooke Collins, what is my range on that one? -9? I don't think you're right there. Caleb, am I okay on that one? You get that one right? How about the domain? Watson. Domain is all real numbers. If you're doing this in interval notation, then the range would be, what's the lowest it gets? What's the highest it gets? Positive infinity. Boom, boom. The domain goes from negative infinity to positive infinity. I don't make this stuff up, I just try to teach it. I'm not very good. I'm sorry.